Well, I was going to go to my neighborhood Bible study breakfast. We do that every Friday morning, and just a fellowship time for this group of women. And so I started to get out of bed and I fell on the floor. And I got up and I thought, well, that was strange, and fell again. And so finally I walked into the bathroom and I kind of stumbled in, and I said to Kevin, you know, I think I'm having a stroke. Give me 3 aspirin. By the time he gave it to me, I could hardly lift my left arm up. And at that point, he said, let's go, we're going. So we got in the car and went to Washington Regional. And as soon as I got in the car, I felt like there were switches being flipped off in my brain. And I felt myself leaning against the side of the door. And at that moment, I looked up and the whole car was just filled with white light, glowing, glowing, glowing. And I thought, oh my, I'm dying. And I looked, and as I kept looking and feeling the presence of God, and I remember saying, I'm dying, it's today, today is the day. He takes me, I just felt, it was so, I couldn't wipe the smile off my face. And he had just enveloped me. He had just loved me. It was amazing. It was so wonderful. And we quickly, in about 8 minutes, got to Washington Regional. Kevin came around, opened the door. And I really felt at that point that he said to me, it's not time yet. I don't think Stacy and Paige could handle this. And so at that moment, we quickly went into Washington Regional and they said, hey, I said, I'm having a stroke. And they said, get on this gurney, take you upstairs. Within like 25 minutes, the only neurosurgeon in the whole area was in my brain through a femoral artery, grabbing a clot and pulling it out of my brain. And so then the neurosurgeon said, okay, we got it. And I sat there and nurses came and doctors came and my friends from Bible study came. But all I could think of was, finally I did say it after about half an hour. I said, I'm thankful. I'm thankful nothing's wrong with me. I'm thankful that I'm here. But I gotta tell you, I was in the presence of God. And I felt like I had one foot in heaven, and it's so much better than here. I'd much rather be there. And that was the beginning of me wanting to understand how I could convey that to people, that yes, I'm glad I'm here. I'm glad I'm healed and I can live a healthy life. But being in his presence was just unbelievable. And after that, it has been a nonstop knowing where I am with him. And then 1 month later, my unbelievably wonderful husband of 50 years, almost 50, passed away in his sleep. And I walked in and saw him. We're on vacation, our whole family's there, and he is laying in his bed. And I looked down and saw him, and my first thoughts were, I know where you are. And I said it because my daughter was holding him in her arms. And I said it, oh my gosh, I almost was there. You beat me. How did that happen? And so the wonderful thing was, it just overflowed to my 2 daughters and my 2 son-in-laws, my 5 grandkids that were there. They had already heard the story about my near-death experience, being in God's presence. They saw that their beloved grandfather had just died, and that's how we all took it, that we were so sad. You know, we could hardly stand it. We didn't know what to do, but we knew where he was. And there was so much joy in that and hope in that, and that God is sovereign, and that this was Kevin's day. But it's a constant, not even a struggle, but a desire to want to say to people how different my life is because of this. And I think I know I have a hope, and I know I have a future, and I know He's sovereign, and that this is His plan. It's not my plan, but if I trust Him and I believe that He's sovereign, then I have to believe this is a good plan for my life, and it's the plan that always was. I can't even look at this white light and not think about Him. I can't look at anything white and glowing. I can't go out at nighttime and look at the sky and not just stand there and say, I'm ready. Is it now? I'm ready. But I wanna continue to live to bring Him glory and do the things He wants me to do.